Welcome to the Chris Hanna Show. Self-confidence is essential to be successful in life. If you look at anybody who is confident, they get noticed more. They achieve their goals probably quicker. People who lack self-confidence, you might look at them and feel like they might be losers. Because they're not happy with life. They're down on themselves. They're maybe negative to be around. That negativity can obviously sometimes be toxic, depending on the culture or the environment that somebody is in. Wherever possible, you need to build your self-confidence up so you can ultimately do well in life. I think confidence is one of the key pieces of actually generating momentum and achieving the results that you want. So with that in mind, today's episode of the Chris Hanna Show is going to be talking about how you can get more self-confidence. Now, some of these you might know about, some of them might be self-evident, but I think all of these are critical factors to remember if you want to become more confident with anything that you do. First, self-confidence is found in people who have a healthy self-esteem. They know their personal worth, they know what they do well, they know what they don't do well, and they act accordingly. If you want to improve your personal worth, make a list of accomplishments that you do each and every single day. I call it a success tracker. Keep track of the wins, big and small, that you've done so you can review them and see the impact that you've had. You might be surprised about how many positive things you do through the course of your day, your week, your month, your year. Sometimes we're guilty of overlooking some of the positives because we focus so much on the negative. But when you start looking at this list, I guarantee you your self-confidence is going to explode. It's also critical that you are really clear about your goals. If need be, break down your goals into smaller, more manageable tasks, shorter milestones. Set some short deadlines on yourself to really push yourself. But pat yourself on the back every time you achieve a goal, no matter how minor it is. It's going to boost your confidence, and it's going to help you achieve bigger goals when the time comes. If you also want to be more confident, I think it's critical that you actually find a mentor who can help you not only reach your goals, but be there as a great sounding board. I've had mentors throughout my career who have helped me immensely. See things from a different perspective, help me make course corrections and adjustments as need be, or tell me how it is, and be real and straight with me. Most people who do well in life have a mentor because they've working with somebody who's maybe traveled the road on which they're traveling on as well. You can meet regularly with a mentor, seek their advice and support, and build it into your regular routine. But I guarantee you're going to find something really valuable when you actually have a mentor in your life who can help you make a difference. Another way to make sure that you are more confident is to surround yourself with supportive people who like and respect you. Give the same amount of support and respect that they give you as well. Avoid those people who are negative, who are critical of you. I've been in environments before where people have been so negative, where it's been a toxic situation, where I just didn't feel like I could be myself, and you start to lose self-confidence in your abilities and what you can do. Whether it's at work or family members or friends that you're around, if they don't believe in you, you want to avoid them at all possible. Because they're going to make you think negatively about yourself. You're not going to be positive. You kind of become cynical or pessimistic in terms of your worldview. And nothing is more damaging than that. I'm going to put it in a perspective of a business leader or manager. Sometimes you got to fire those people who you think are your friends as soon as you possibly can. Get rid of the people that pull you down. Another thing that's important, and this might seem a little vain to say, but you got to pay attention to how you look. Try and take pleasure in wearing the right clothes, being well-groomed and well taken care of. Because if you look good, honestly, you're going to feel good. People also might look differently at you. Remember this fact, that every human being really wants to be in the company of clever, intelligent, and successful people. If you can make sure that you look good, yeah, you might be more of the center of attention, but you're going to radiate a better, I'd say, look and feel. People can know when you're feeling good or not. And it makes the difference between you being as successful as you want or being a failure. But speaking of failures, don't be afraid of them. Not all things in life are going to go the way you want. There are going to be curveballs. I've gone through plenty myself. But take them in stride and move on. Say to yourself that you're going to succeed the next time when something doesn't go your way. But never, ever make the mistake allowing your losses to overwhelm you. Because that's going to destroy your self-confidence. You're better off to shrug off your failures and think of them as a non-factor or inconsequential. And just take on the next challenge that comes your way. Now, when it comes to failing, sure, fail, but learn from your mistakes. But you also have to have a certain level of being, I call it almost being realistic about your abilities. Because you can't do everything. You're not going to do everything that you do or want to do to the best of your ability or be a superstar out of the gate. People who try to overreach and do something that they're not meant to do, they will fall, they will fail. But you should not let that deter you and stop you from moving forward. If it fails, whatever that you're doing, learn from it, move on. I also think to build more self-confidence, you got to have a wide range of interests. Things that are going on around you in the world, but don't just rely on only doing one thing. Connect and talk and meet new people, try new things. Don't focus just on your work or on your problems. Have varying interests. Try new things, new tasks, new approaches. It's going to keep your mind occupied. It's going to boost your self-confidence, and you might learn a few things about stuff that you actually truly like, and maybe some hidden talents that you never knew existed. But when you do find those hidden talents, and you take part in some activities that show something about yourself that you never knew before, especially if you're good at it, go all in on that. You may excel at things in the past, and then maybe you gave up on them for whatever reason. You could also return to those activities again and see if you are more confident now than you were before. So pick up a new hobby, a new craft, a new something that you want to try and do. It might keep, your mind occupied, especially as we go through the world that we're living in right now. But it also might help you increase your self-confidence the more skilled you get in it. Again, if you're not growing, you're dying. So continue to try new things. That's going to make a world of difference for you overall. I think if you remember these, it's going to make a huge difference in your life. You're going to be more confident. At the end of the day, what I really want to have happen with everybody is I want two simple things that you can do today at your job and in your business to exude confidence. I want you to be more mindful of the words that you tell yourself, because the words that we choose will determine if we come across as confident or feel confident about who we are and what we do. So communicate to your boss, your manager, your leader, your family, your friends, your loved ones, that you can do something, you can make a difference, and help them see the confidence in you. That's one thing you should definitely do. The other is don't over-explain. I've always said that any breakdown in life and business is often a communication problem. And when people over-explain, they get themselves into trouble. The less you say, the more that people are also going to assume that you're really competent. Of course, now your body language also plays a factor in some of this. But I've seen time and time again where a really intelligent person will explain why they maybe made a choice or a decision. And then after a while, the power that they had disappears. It disappears because they've talked too much. They've actually either talked themselves out or they've made themselves less credible. It's so much more powerful to say what you want and what you did, add a few words, and then just go quiet. Talk less often. Let your actions speak for themselves, because sometimes you can get yourself tripped up and you sound less confident than you actually are. If you want to feel more confident, you have to be deliberate about it. So whether it's in work, in business, in life, if you try these tips and tricks out that I shared today, you will be so much more confident. And I guarantee you this one thing, you will be happy that you did. Thanks for listening to this episode of The Chris Hanna Show. As always, the latest episodes are available to listen and subscribe to on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to your podcasts. You can also follow The Chris Hanna Show on LinkedIn, Instagram, or Twitter. For more resources and solutions, including blog posts, toolkits, ebooks, speaking sessions, and more, visit chrishanna.ca today. We look forward to connecting again with you soon for another episode of The Chris Hanna Show.